Hey guys, it's Bizarre here, and today we're going to be doing something completely out of my comfort zone. I'm going to be doing a what I read manga log, I think is what everyone's calling it now. But I've been wanting to do this for ever since I had my channel, like 4 or 5 years ago, and I just never had enough confidence. So we are going to be talking about everything that I read in January, and then at the end of the video, we are going to be discussing if I met my monthly goal or not. First up, I read Bora, The Story of a Novelist by Asumiko Natsamuriko. I cannot pronounce names, guys. Another reason why I never wanted to make these videos. But yeah, so I was supposed to read this about 4 months ago with Just a Freak, and that's why I read this first, was because I kind of wanted to put like 2020 in the past and finish everything that I was supposed to read in 2020. I'm still working on it, guys. I still have the last 2 volumes of Tokyo Ghoul to read, but I'm going to be reading it for a challenge in a readathon next month. But anyways, so this was very, very bizarre. After I read it all in one sitting. I set it down and I was like, what the fuck? And I couldn't tell you at that moment if I absolutely loved this series or if I absolutely hated this series. It is about this girl that jumps off a building and with no identification on her, like no wallet or anything, and the only leads that the cops have to whether it was a suicide or a murder or, just any clues was her cell phone. And she only had 2 contacts in her cell phone. Not that, like the cops didn't know if it was erased or whatever, but she only had 2, and she had her twin sister, which they were separated because through a divorce, the parents, when they split, they took one of the kids. And then she had a novelist in her phone that was like a famous novelist that everyone knew. And that is all the cops knew, and that's all that I'm going to give you guys because I went into this blind. And if you like dark, depressing stories with not a happy ending, you're going to love this. Nothing is what it seems, and the art is so graphic, but so... I just love her art style. Like, it's just so stunning, and it's really different. Like, it's just so good. But if you can't tell by the covers, but yeah. So I don't know if this was more than it's published by Vertical. I don't know if it was more than 1 volume, but in Japanese. But yeah. Next up, when I was Googling that series, I realized that she also wrote this series that I already had in my collection, which you can tell by the art when now looking at it. It's very distinctive, and so I was like, I know what I'm reading next. I've had this in my collection for quite a while now, and it just kind of gave me the boost to read it. It is a 3-volume series. It goes through different seasons. I know that there's more that's not translated in English that goes between them later on, but this is like their high school years, I do believe. Like, it ends when they graduate, and then I believe that it goes on to like maybe their college or something. But where this story leads off, I don't know if they add new characters later on, but yeah, so it's just pretty much about these 2 high schoolers and how they form a friendship and the dynamic between them 2 and how they progress and how they progress together. And there's so much character development between these 2 characters. It is insane, and I absolutely love how she does characters, and you pretty much just get to know like how they think and how they change, like knowing each other. It's this kid's really shy and starting off, and he's kind of more into his studies, and then this kid is more chill and relaxed and goofy, and it was just so beautiful how they form a bond at first, and them getting to know each other, and then them falling in love with each other. And in this first volume, there is a incident with a teacher, so trigger warning there. But overall, the story is just so cute and sweet, and I loved it. Next up, what I read was volumes 1 through 4. It's 11 volume series, but it's Mora Bonds of Love, story and art by Kazmura Kodaanka. I don't know how to say that. But yeah, it is, like I said, 11 volume series, and it starts off like these 2 volumes. Let's just talk about these 2 volumes for a minute. These 2 volumes started off with this dude right here. Romario was a famous, like, he's a famous, I think it's called fencing. And this guy right here pretty much makes a bet with him. If he can beat him, then he can have his way with him. So that's how this starts off. Didn't sit well with me at all, to be honest. Then also this guy's step brother pretty much rescues him from getting raped by one of his bosses, and then his stepbrother uses the situation to get in bed with him and sleep with him, which was, I don't know. So already I'm just like, the only reason why I'm going on with this series is because of the art. Then in this book, I was bored out of my mind. Then, stay with me, guys. Then, in this book right here, didn't have high hopes. I was going to drop it after this book, but since I already had 11 volumes, I was actually going to drop it at like volume 5, because I was like, if I read like half the series, you know. So I was reading this with no expectations at all, and just because of the art and the story, like the family story, because they're like mafia and there's gangs going on, and I know that's huge in Yaoi, but that's just not my thing. I was bored, and then I didn't understand it, so like maybe you reading it, you might understand it better. But anyways, then it gets to this part where like a mystery, like a plot twist between these two happened, and I wanted to know how it plays out, and I knew that it wasn't going to answer throughout this volume, but I was like, okay, well that gives me a reason to keep reading. And as it went on, I so enjoyed this volume, and I got so intrigued in the characters and their relationships. And then it also introduces his stepbrother's relationship with his bodyguard. I just thought that was so cute and so sweet, and how they're like separated, and it introduces like another funny character, which he's like a mafia hit guy. And then at the end of this book, a cliffhanger happens, and oh my god, like, I don't even know, like, I want to keep reading this. And it's just so funny how like the start of it could start off, and then you just give it full volumes, and I'm hooked. So I'm really glad that kind of turned around. I still don't know if I'm still going to be, like, it's definitely not going to be one of my favorites yaois, but at least now I'm enjoying it, and I can actually read the rest of my volumes instead of them just sitting on the shelf. So then I read a whole bunch of this Check Please, which was a gift by Lindsay Tutt for Christmas, and I am really enjoying this. It's really cute. It's really sweet. It's definitely not something that I could read like a lot of. It's like little short stories of like him going through school, and him like it's a slow burn romance with them two. So like I'm really enjoying it, and I'm really excited to see them getting to know each other more, and it's just really cute. It's just it's definitely a lot of like starts off with like him in college, and then the guys are being like, I'm gonna screw that chick, I'm gonna screw that chick, let's party, let's drink beer, like stuff like college life. So that part was kind of annoying, but then but then he comes out and it's really sweet, and all of his friends accept him, which is not really realistic, but like I said, I'm enjoying it. But and yeah, I'm probably gonna finish the rest of the book throughout the month, because I like to read like 2 or 3 short stories a day. Like literally a whole entire story is like 2 pages, and then some of them are 3, but like yeah. So I'm slowly making my way through this, but I do really recommend it. It's really cute and sweet, and I really like it. Next up is my book of the month. My goal for this year is to read 12 books, 1 a month, and I picked up The Perks of Being a Wallflower. I really enjoyed the movie for this, and it is by, I forgot to tell you who this is by. Stephen Chbosky, and I cannot just not pronounce Japanese names. I can't just pronounce names in general. But anyways, I really enjoyed this. I gave it 4.5 stars. There's only 1 issue that I have with it. Spoiler alert, there's this chick named Sam in it, and the main guy, Charlie, I think his name is, absolutely is like infatuated with her. Just thinks that she's like kind of love at first sight, but she's like a little bit older than him, and the whole entire time she is telling him, don't like me, I love you like a brother, nothing's ever going to happen between us through the whole entire book, guys. And then at the end she's like, you missed out on me, why didn't you ask me out, you missed your chance. And I'm just like, are you serious? He was being respectful. Pissed me off so bad, so that's why I lost just a half of a star, but it really pissed me off. But overall, this is just such a beautiful story of a guy finding himself, making friends, and I love stories about where the outcast are like the popular ones, and it's like his group of friends that he meets, so he's no longer the wallflower. But yeah, it was just really good. Everyone's probably read it by now, but I'm going through like my old like list of, books to read. But anyways, overall I read 8.5 books, 8.5 comic books, manga, and then 1 novel, and I'm really proud of myself. I don't think I'm going to reach my goal though, unfortunately. My goal is to read 200 mangas, which I don't think I'm going to, because that would be 20 mangas a month, and even with me being off for 2 weeks in this month, I still struggled, because working 70 hours a week when I did, there's no way I can read that many. But I'm still going to keep the goal, I guess. I'm not going to lower it. I'm just going to see how it is and try to do better, like navigating it next year. But I am definitely going to be able to read 12 physical books, because I can actually read these at work. I can't really bring manga to work because they'll get ruined. As you can see, these pages are bent. My other book that I started is over there, and it got thrown in the shower. And yeah, so yeah, let's just say that my work is crazy. But yeah, I literally had this picked up, a page was like ripped and then thrown at me, and then the other one, they took my book and threw it in the shower. So I can't really take anything that I don't want to get damaged with me to work. So that's why I can definitely bring like, books, because I can easily replace this. I can't really replace out of print volume of manga, so I don't really want to, you know. But anyways, you get what I'm saying. So anyways, I hope you all enjoyed my ranting about what I read this month. I know I did a good job, but I'm still kind of disappointed that I didn't read 20. But we'll just try to do better next month. And I hope you guys enjoy, and let me know down in the comments if you want a shorter video from me just saying, oh, I loved it. And then, because I watch those and I enjoy like a short video, but I like to ramble. But anyways, I will see you in next video.